Hello guys, my name is Crystal, aka Crystal X on IMVU, and I would just like to welcome you to another CBI tutorial. Today we are going to be doing the Sketchup Tool Basics 2, and we're going to be learning how to paint. Remember in the first video I covered the basic tools, and I only briefly mentioned the paint bucket tool? Well, this tool is important because in SketchUp, your painted faces are what makes your mesh visible. So if you don't paint these faces, you're not going to see your mesh. So that's why it's very, very important to master this tool. So in this walkthrough that I'm doing, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make your own materials and how to have them available in SketchUp for your convenience. I'm also going to teach you how to pin textures. I'm going to teach you how to project textures into a curved face from a flat one. I'm also going to teach you how to make a unique texture from any flat face as well. And then I'm also going to be showing you a couple of cool tricks and briefly mentioning how to do UV mapping with SketchUp, because that's another important one that a lot of people don't know how to do. So here goes. What I did was I clicked on my paint bucket tool in the materials on dialog box open. What we're going to do to start is yours is probably going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and click this button at the very top. It's called the Display Secondary Selection pane. And we are going to also go to the first pane and we're going to set it to in model. And this will show us all the materials that are inside of our model that we're going to use and possibly add. And this is how you create your own. In this secondary pane right here, we're going to go to the side where it says details, click on that, right click or left click, doesn't matter, and we're going to go to open or create a collection. So in here you're going to go to your materials folder that's inside of your SketchUp on your computer. I'm going to quickly do that. I find it. There we go. Google SketchUp 8 materials. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a new folder. I've already done that. You guys go ahead and do that, and then once it's there, it'll open up and be right here. So this one is my demo number collection. The next thing we're going to do, really, really important, after you create your folder, is we're going to go to this fourth button up or second button down called Create Material. What you'll want to have is a pre-made number set already made in JPEG, PNG, any flat texture image works. And we're going to go to Use Texture, and from there go ahead and find wherever your textures are located on your computer. I'm going to try to quickly do this on mine. Quickly. Alright, and as you see, I have another set pre-made here. I'm gonna just go to open. I'm gonna open that one. I'm gonna name these, keep them unique, and press OK. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do this until I have a couple numbers ready. Okay, so you guys get the idea of this. Sorry, I'm going to do this one last time. Browse 03, open that, label it 03, and press OK. And what you do, the reason why we have this at the bottom is once you get all your numbers in, go ahead and drag them down. And now whenever you open your Sketchup, you will have this available to use. All you have to do is, and you don't even have to use it in a secondary pane. You can even close that. You go straight to it in here. And now you have these numbers available for you. I already have one done from previous. I actually have like 2 of them done. I'm going to complete that one though later on today. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my, excuse me, sorry, soda, 00 material, and I'm going to paste it onto a square and teach you guys how to pin these textures. So when you first paint a texture, you're going to notice that it is tiled. What you're going to want to do is use your selection tool and right click on it, go to texture, and then go to position. And what you're going to see here are 4 different colored pins. And the red one, this one is one of the most important pins, is when you click on it, it will move the texture where you want it to go. And the next one you want to use is your green one because it rotates your texture and it also scales it too. So I'm just going to drag it to the next corner. And then after that one you'll definitely want to use the blue one because it's also a scaling tool. So you scale it up. And the yellow one you really will not need unless you're doing like a weird shape, and I will show you that later on in this same tutorial. So once you're done pinning it and you have it exactly where you want, go ahead and click outside of it. And let's go ahead and do this again, just so you guys get a idea of this. So, selection tool, right click, texture, position, play around in the pins, red first, green second, and blue last. Alright, so I've shown you guys how to pin it. I actually have a kind of nifty little ruby that just allows me to click and I can instantly paste my materials onto a quad surface. Okay, I'm going to hide this one. Hide at the top of those because I'm going to teach you guys how to project the image onto a curved surface from a flat one. You see how this circle is a curved surface, or this semi-cylinder? Alright, so let's say we want to paint it with the 2. You won't be able or allowed to texture it from the menu box. It's just not allowed. So the way that you paste it is the way it's going to come out. To solve the solution, we're going to project this surface by using this same material, and we're going to pin it. I'm just going to use my magical IMVU cheat. Let's save some time. And what I'm going to do after you pin your texture and you get it set the way that you want it on your flat surface, you are going to go to texture. Instead of positioning, you're going to go to project it. Now that you have your texture projected, you're going to go into your materials dialog box and you're going to grab your sample paint or the little eyedropper, whatever you want to call this, and you're going to sample your material that's been projected, and now you're going to paste it. Paste it wherever you want, or whatever you want to be painted. So there we go. And now this is painted. And you can even go ahead and erase this even if you wanted to, and it's still painted. Kind of cool, right? And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this one more time for you. I'm going to use a different material though. Right click, texture, projected, eyedropper tool, paste, paste, paste and paste. Look at that. Amazing, right? Things you can do. Okay, so our next thing I'm going to show you, now that I've shown you how to project, is how to make a unique texture. This is also a great way to UV map. Not the only way, because there's another way with like a casting tool from Deliverance. I will show you that in a different tutorial, but for this one, here we go. What was the last color I used? I used 03. Alright, so here goes 04. I'm going to paint this. And yes, I could use my little ruby, but I'm not going to pin this and show you why we made this one unique. So we're going to position this, grabbing red corner first. Red, green. Okay, zoom out a little bit to do blue. And then yellow. Oh yeah, you can see how it's getting a little weird now, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's open up that secondary box again, and run. Okay, that was the pre-made one. We're going to go to In Model. This way you can see it. Okay, right click on your texture, and then instead of going to texture, we're going to go to Make Unique Texture. And look what happens. You now have this little unique texture to use. And you can paint these with it. Oh, but look at that. It textured it all weird. Okay, so to fix this, just go to Texture, Position. That one's easy enough. Texture, Position. Alright, remember, red first. Red, now use your green. Good thing these are scaled the same, so it was pretty easy to just snap these. And remember, the green rotates it. It rotates and scales. Amazing, right? Who knew mapping on Sketchup could be so easy? Alright, so you have that done. Alright, so the way that you get this, so that you can use it to add to your mesh page, is you right click it, a little dialog box is going to pop out, and you go to Export Texture Image, and you save it. I'm going to save this to my desktop. So let's export it. Go to my desktop. I now have this image that I can use and edit as my wire guide or UV guide. So that was pretty much my texturing tutorial for this. To be honest, I'm just going to give a couple shout outs to my group, Club Bubblegum AP. Please join, become an IMVU developer on there, learn how to mesh, get some tips, check out my file cells. You'll find all these freebies on here, all these tips. Join my channel for more tutorials, of course. And I'm Crystal X on IMVU, and I'm out. Thank you so much.